Welcome to Social Sciences class, all my dear young minds. Today we are going to come across the peace movements that God carried in the world for a safe world, for the sake of a safe and happy world. Why? Because the ongoing mad race of lethal weapons, arms, ammunition, which is going to cause which is going to result a devastating consequence on the entire living beings itself. So, to put a check to that, the people who are philanthropes are biophils. We can call biophils means who love the life, entire life existing on the earth. So, biophils, philanthropes are the people who love the fellow human beings. These people started raising their voice against this mad arms race, which gave birth to peace movements. Movements means a huge number of people coming together and carrying on peaceful protest, demanding that world should be at peace. Peace makes us to get progress and prosper, and war worsens life. So, in this way, they started carrying big movements, that is showing their protest to their own governments only. It's not done against some other country. When their government's policies are not correct, defensive strategies are not correct, an aggressive measure is taken by a particular country, people in that country itself raise their voice against their governments. Got it? One can't say them as anti-national. Got it? If some war is there going to be between two countries, it will be disturbing the life of civilians also, not only soldiers or their families. So, in this particular topic, what peace movements occurred? Actually, certain movements will be coming across in social movements. A topic is there after this lesson, after this chapter. One or two I will be mentioning here. Right. What peace movements occurred, and next is downfall of USSR or breaking up of USSR, and finally Cold War comes to an end. These three concepts we are going to come across. How Cold War came to an end. Yeah. First, peace movements. The learned people, highly educated, and who have a concern to the fellow living beings, maybe human beings or other living beings, they started raising their voice by seeing this mad arms race going between the two superpowers. Why? Because two superpowers even were planning for Star Wars. Star Wars means to carry wars with the help of satellites. Advanced telecommunication system, they started developing to fight a war, to wage a war against enemy. So if such thing occur, it is going to cause harm to not only human beings, no, entire life will be on the earth, will be under threat. Already I mentioned in my previous videos that whatever the nuclear power existing in the world right now is used at a time, we can char 50,000 planets like Earth. We can make 50,000 planets like Earth into powder. That's what the nuclear energy existing with the world countries right now. So, these particular people have a concern to the society, human beings, fellow living beings. They started showing their protest. This we can observe at first in United States of America, when there was an unwanted war against Vietnam, aggression, by an act of aggression displayed by United States of American government against a small country called Vietnam, communist country, which got liberated itself from French, and they were where a communist government got flooded. This was much to the dislike because below China, Vietnam will be there. Vietnam will be there below China. Like this China is there. Here Vietnam will be there. This is Vietnam. Okay, here it is not Vietnam. Vietnam. Below China. Vietnam is below China. This is China. Below China is a small country called Vietnam. So that Vietnam got liberated from France. It was a French colony for almost 300 years, like India, which was a colony of Great Britain, almost for 200 years, right? So here, Vietnamese government, communist revolution occurred. This was much closer in the Gulf of America because it also lies in the Pacific Ocean. America lies here, North America and so on, South America and so on, right? Central America. So it felt existence of communist government, one more communist government in Asia very close to it is a dangerous, it is a danger to itself. That's why, without asking of France itself, it launched a campaign against Vietnam. War went almost for 10 to 12 years between United States of America, which is a militarily most powerful nation, and a very weak, militarily very weak country called Vietnam, but the peasants or the farmers, they were having that willpower. Even the most latest weapons of the United States of America could not do anything. Finally, America left the field empty-handed. It could not defeat the Vietnamese, a small country. Here also we can learn a lesson. Who believes that strength makes us very powerful? Wrong. It's not the size. It's not the size that makes one victorious, but wise. Who will be wise, they will be victorious. And this story will be coming across in the second unit. In second unit, liberation movement, national liberation movements, China, how it got liberated, and how it became a communist republic, and then after Vietnam, then after Nigeria, an African country. But how they got released, got freed from British rule, Nigerians. These three states we will come across in the second unit by name National Liberation Movements, right? So then we will have details about Vietnam. Vietnamese have showed that courage and their love towards their motherland made them to fight very strongly against United States of America. When this fight is going on, millions, almost all, not millions, lakhs of casualties were there to army of United States of America. And when many deaths are there, then United States of America started forcing the youngsters of that country to join in army. But they draft, what we can call a particular system is there in the United States of America. Draft age. What is the draft age? While American Constitution was made, this draft age came into existence. According to that, it's mandatory to every adult citizen of United States of America to serve the country in defense sector for certain period of time. Yeah, when war is going on, several Americans are getting killed by Vietnamese. Then this government started using the draft age bill and forced the youngsters to join the army. It's a mandatory. Then the women community of the United States of America came into the streets, mostly mothers. They were strongly opposing this particular draft age bill. Why they are opposing this draft age bill? Again, draft age bill will you come across in 20th chapter, draft age bill. Next chapter will come across draft age, a word, 1 mark question. So this is a draft age bill is nothing but everyone mandatorily who is an adult in the United States of America have to render their service to the military. So here now it is according to the draft age bill, these American government started forcing the youngsters to join the army because it is facing huge losses in Vietnam, where many soldiers are getting injured, killed by farmers of Vietnam. So at this juncture, mothers who were worried they came into the streets and started protesting the American government's activity. Why? What is the reason you attacked Vietnam? What way Vietnamese try to harm any interest of America? Did they try to disturb any progress of America? Did they try to occupy any small domain of America? No. Then why you went for a war? And why innocent Americans have to get killed in that war? What way Vietnam and America have a confrontation? There, they had their own political system, they were making their own aspects. What way we have a concern? And you force our army to go and attack when they are getting killed, asking our youngsters, our children to join army and render services. Yes, surely we are ready to do when it's a genuine aspect. Someone is going to attack, someone is attacking United States of America, and there is a casualty. Surely we all take guns and will come into the battlefield. We have that love and concern to the motherland. Motherland is more than our right. But it's not a mandatory aspect. Why here you, with your vested interest, you attacked Vietnam? Actually, there is no enmity between Vietnam and us. Then how? Why you are doing it? The women fraternity started coming into the streets of United States of America, and that made the United States government to think about its policy on attacking Vietnam, and finally it got withdrawn its army troops without getting any result in that war. This was one peaceful movement went in the United States of America. Same topic you will be coming in the box in the 20th chapter, right? And not only that, in USSR, here not the people, here the political leadership thought about some reformation. So, why? Because around the world, the people are demanding to break down their military arsenals. Arsenal. What is arsenal? A place where weapons, all the arms and ammunition, nuclear weapons are stored. So, around the world, these associations are going on to break and reduce and demand for disarmament. Disarmament means overthrowing the existing lethal weapons. Disarmament, the movement started. People are demanding the countries to disarmament movement. Around the world, they are asking the government disarmament, DISARM, MAMENT movement, disarmament movement, DISARMAMENT movement, MOVEMENT. People started asking demanding their governments to throw down the deadly weapons, nuclear weapons, and to put the arsenals closed, military arsenals closed. Why? They were constantly under the fear of World War III, Third World War. So that's why they started demanding their governments. And in this same process, even in USSR, what happened? A proactive government came under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev in 1985. And by the time he gets his time period or term ends, 5 years, by 1990, he introduced certain reforms. What are the reforms introduced by Mr. Mikhail Gorbachev? Actually, Michael, but they pronounce as Mikhail. See, they make it silent. Mikhail Gorbachev. He became the president of USSR. What did Russia? Of course, Russian president he became. Russia is the head of USSR, right? So, Mikhail Gorbachev introduced two reforms. One is glasnost. Other is perestroika. Other is Whatever the restrictions are imposed on the media up to the time by the communist Russia, against the freedom of expression and thought and speech, now that got removed. Openness and transparency, according to the Russian language, glasnost means openness and transparency. Openness, openness, openness and transparency, glasnost. Openness and transparency. Now, earlier, media is not supposed to write anything against the government. High standard censorship is to be there. There is to be the government authorities who will be looking into the news items going to be published in dailies, and if they are in favor of the government, only then they will permit them. If they are not, immediately high standard restriction and a punishment to the editor and so on. And the news will be telecasted if it is in favor of the government, and if it is not in favor of government, anyone is criticizing, any comment is passed upon any activity taken by the government, that fellow who telecasts the news will be punished very brutally. That situation where freedom of expression faces a lot number of hurdles, harassment, and freedom of speech gets troubled, freedom of thought gets troubled, that is called censorship. High strict censorship was there in USA. Now he broke that. Open. Every activity of the government will be made open, and people are given a freedom to know what is happening. Earlier, everything is under closed doors. People are not made to know, but they should not be interested in what is happening in the government. What's happening in the government, what policies it is making, why it is making, it is not at all subject of concern, which is having a concern to the people, was the belief of the government. That's why it prevented people not to ask about what is happening with the government. That censorship was there. But now it gave freedom to the people to know about everything. It's a right of the people to ask what's happening, and responsibility of the government to say to every citizen that what it is doing, why it is doing. Even we got RTA, Right to Information Act, a decade back, but it in existence. But now it got broken into pieces. But it for past 5-6 years. Now no one is ready to answer to anyone. Governments are like that. They think that they are the supreme boss of the world, supreme boss of the country or the state, and no one should ask anything about what are they doing. But in this country we can't know what is the things happening with certain officers. But it's a democratic country. Every democratic right is guaranteed to Indian citizens. Very shameful state of affairs. But right. If governments are very fair, they are carrying every activity in fairness, let them be open. Let every citizen know it. What's wrong in it? After all, government is made by the people. In the democracy of the people, for the people, by the people. But true spirit of democracy, it's so. Of the people, made of the people. For what purpose? For the sake of the people. And made by whom? By the people. Of course, Indian democracy we know. It is of the people, for the people, by the people. Isn't it? Our democracy is actually what Abraham Lincoln said, way of the people. Democracy is of the people, for the people, by the people. It was the holy saying of, holy meaning of democracy. But the starting point, end point, and the midpoint, everything is people only in a democracy. They make the government, they can break the government. But this is when it is OF for BY. But now what we made successfully in India, 70 years of Indian democracy, what it is speaking about? Sorry to say, of the people. People have resolved to do something. For the people. Far away from the people. But For the people, not for the people. By the people. You know how they are buying the people during election. The open fact. There is an election commission, everything is there, and constitution mentioned many things. But it election commission have many articles are there related to election commission in the Constitution of India. Many clauses are there. But how effectively they are getting implemented, one knows. It is a nakedness. Got it? So, this is what the democracy we are seeing. Of the people, far away from the people, by the people. It's very nonsense. It's not the true democracy. Right. So, there, Mihail Gorbachev opened. He said that no more government will handle anything. It will be open to everyone. But of course, now that Russia also went into one informal dictator who became an extra constitutional power in Russia, and he is guiding entire world. He is guiding the world. Many countries in the world are close followers of him. People of India have to be very sharp. But if not, our lives will turn very vulnerable what they were under the control of dictators. Everyone, every country. These things are there going on. Got it? They are making mockery of democracy. See, here, perestroika, restructuring political and economic systems. Perestroika, restructuring. Perestroika means restructuring.